The Champions League final is being held at Wembley. Can the Germans replicate their historic success in 1997? Or will Real Madrid reclaim the throne as champions of Europe and collect their 15th Champions League title? Hello, welcome to my channel, and today we are talking about the Champions League final, which is on the 1st of June. So, the final day of La Liga has not been played yet. The final day of the Bundesliga has been played already. That means, of course, that Dortmund will have more time to rest. However, I do not believe that this is a major factor. It's only a few days. What is more important is that Dortmund finishes their campaign in the Bundesliga strongly with a 4-0 victory over Darmstadt. They have got some proven players, such as Jadon Sancho, who is always good at Dortmund, not for Manchester United though. Almost like it's a managerial issue and not a player issue. But I digress. Marco Reus has been terrific for the Dortmund for all these years, and still he has failed to claim a Champions League or a Bundesliga. This is his final chance to claim one of those two trophies. Marco Reus will put his everything into winning this Champions League title. Brandt was good for Dortmund against PSG and throughout this Champions League campaign. They also have had Hummels, who has scored crucial goals, and Füllkrug, who has been a terrific striker. Nowhere near the level that Haaland was for Dortmund, but he has been an adequate replacement at the very least. So with all that said, Dortmund have some firepower. They have players who are capable of hurting Real Madrid, and they have a coach who has been very good for them in Champions League. While their league form was worse, their Champions League form has been terrific. Their defending is impeccable, and their offense is dangerous. With all that said, would it be reasonable to then predict a 2-1 victory for Dortmund in the Champions League final?
Snap back to reality.
14 times the champions of Europe, kings of football. They field two deadly wingers, a clutch striker in Joselu, and an experienced midfield. An impassable defense, but even if all else were to fail, they have the greatest shot stopper in world football, Thibaut Courtois. They fight for a baby treble and are strong in every position. Are they maybe a peak too high for Dortmund to conquer? Will they reclaim the throne of Europe? Let's talk about the obvious. Real Madrid is undeniable. They have not lost a European final since Alex Ferguson beat them with Aberdeen. That is how long ago? I think that is 1989. It has been since 1989 that they have lost a European final. They are undeniable in Europe. They have a superstar team, housing players like Vinicius, Rodrigo, Joselu, who has been very good, Valverde, Jude Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Kroos, Modric, Carvajal, Rudiger, Militao. I can go on all day. This team is a team of superstars. They have proven Thibaut Courtois, who has already given us the greatest goalkeeper performance in a Champions League final that I at the very least have seen. I don't know about all of history, of course, but in my lifetime, that is the single greatest performance in a Champions League final. By not just a goalkeeper, but by any player, I would say. They have been utterly undeniable in Europe. They won La Liga with little difficulty. They have won the Supercup after humiliating Xavi's Barcelona in the final. They are on a baby treble charge, which is Supercopa, La Liga, and of course Champions League. Meanwhile, Dortmund are 5th. They only got to the final by a stroke of luck. They beat PSG, who shouldn't even have been there. They only were in the semi-final because of a horrendous red card against Barcelona, which should have never been red. They were lucky enough to draw Atletico Madrid, who was probably the weakest team they could have faced in the quarterfinal. And even against Paris Saint-Germain, they reached the final by luck. They were not the better team against PSG. They had a lot of luck against PSG. I'm sorry, but if you're begging to win the Champions League final on luck, give up. Real Madrid makes their own luck. They are the kings of Europe for a reason. This team is simply out of their depth. I see a 3-0 victory for Real Madrid happening at Wembley. And the 3-0 will be scored like right at the start of the second half, and then Real Madrid will just slow down, and the final will be dead. Dortmund is toothless. They will not show their teeth against Real Madrid. Let's be honest. It might be a nice fantasy to say Royce won the Champions League, the big old eggs, on his final game in his career. I think he retires after this final, but it's not gonna happen. What do Dortmund have on their bench? The bench players at Real Madrid get into the starting 11 of Dortmund. That is the difference between these two teams. Quite frankly, if Dortmund wins this final, wow. If Dortmund wins this final, wow. Everything I knew about football, it turns out to be wrong. The chances that Dortmund wins this final are minuscule. And I need you to realize this. Not a single person who is 30 or younger has ever seen Real Madrid lose a European final. Not a single person who is 30 or younger has ever seen them lose a European final. That's how long ago it was. And I do not see Dortmund being the team to change that now. With that said, tell me your opinions about the final down below. Tell me what you think. Do you think Dortmund has more of a chance than I am giving them here? Do you think that they can maybe do something, pull a rabbit out of a hat, or do you think that they will get blasted into the abyss? Tell me down below, and please do like and subscribe to the video, it helps out a lot, and I'll see you on the next one.